Everybody, welcome to Stunt Hanger Videos. This is where you're going to find out how to build these beautiful control line airplanes. So find us on Facebook, like us on YouTube, share us with your friends. You can also talk to us on the web at stunthanger.com. All right, today we're going to delve into landing gear on a beam wing airplane. It presents quite a challenge, actually, because of the bell crank swing. Now, there's several rules of thought. Back in the 60s, they used to J-clip the landing gear to the beam. Well, I like the removable landing gear, and it's, I think far superior. That way you can paint the airplane without the landing gear on it, and you can change out the gear, when you need to. So what I come up with on these landing gear situations is, if you look in here, the lead outs in the full deflection, where are we going here? The full deflection go right up against the beam. So you can't have your torsion bar block any taller than the wire. Otherwise, the wire, here we go. Come on now. Come on. If you had the torsion block run all the way to the top of the wing, the wire would rub on that particular piece of wood, and that's no good. See how the wire would capture on that thing? So we got to cut it off right there so it misses. So what I'll do is I'll angle this over, at this angle right here. I'll angle this so we get the most purchase on the, I'll hit that on the sander. So that particular, it goes right there. So by the looks of it, it goes right to the center line. It can't be no longer than the center line. The center line meaning the center line on the spar. So let me mark it where it goes. It goes on this one right here. So in order to do this, we're going to take out these two ribs, front of the ribs, because we need a plate to go in there. A plate that this rigmarole can sit on. So let me get a sharp blade and the knife and find my machinist ruler. Gordon, if you're watching, this is basically for you, because you asked how I got these in here. This is how I do it. And this particular model, because of where the beam is located, is particularly worse than others. So we're going to, right in the center of this center of the spar, we're going to cut this rib out here. You want to save these because you're going to have to put them back. Let's see, we need to go back a little farther. This is where 1/8 of an inch means everything. We'll take this one out right here. And right here. You know, I was looking at the internet. There's a guy on there that's doing rubber powered airplanes, how to cover with tissue. Nowhere near as informative, or no offense, talented as I am. And he's got 5 million views and I get 30 views. I'm doing YouTube wrong. Okay, we're going to take this out here. Make sure to save that rib. That's aggravating. Okay. There we go. Got that broke out. So we are going to need a piece of plywood. We're going to cut back this cut back the cap on the spar too. Yep. This is probably the only area you're going to have to use. I mean, each model is different, so you got to use forethought. You know, I suppose I could design it a little different, make it easier for people, but I have no problem with this. You're not supposed to crash your airplane into the ground when you're landing. Smooth landings. Shoot, I took out the wrong one. Should be taking out this one. Damn. So we got to put a rib back in. I even marked it for me and screwed it up. Making mistakes. There we go. So this rib here is the edge of this. So we're going to have to put a new rib in that. We'll have to put a new rib in that one. So this goes here. Take this one out. Might as well fix the screw up before I get started here. Okay, that one. Perfect. Yep, too short. Yeah, get another one. Might have to make some more ribs here. Except I'm out of really good 1/8 inch. Shit, I need to get a thick one, so we'll have to save that one. Okay, where are you? There we go. Are you guys learning anything from this? Okay. How not to do stuff. We'll just do one of these. I'll do the other one off camera. I'll pick that out after I get this set. Come on. Yeah, there we go. There it is. Okay, so we got that fixed with my glue. There we go. It's gonna be time for a new tip again. Okay. That'll get sanded when I sand the doors for this. So now I wish I had some type of chisel that I could dig that out with, but I don't. I don't have a chisel blade that I know of, but I do have razor blades. Yes, why am I doing this? Well, this is where the plate is going to capture. It's locked into the spar. This is double capped, so the eighth inch light ply plate will capture on top of the cap and then locked into the second cap. There you go. Oh yeah. Now because this is going to be at an angle, we're going to have to cut this edge off here. I could sand it, I guess. Go. Okay, that's for the top plate epoxies too. Better glue that back on. Look, knocked loose. There it is. Actually, let me see here. If I have this, I'm going to cut a piece. I'm going to cut this piece right now. I'll do it off camera. I mean, I don't want to drag the camera around to do this. It's just cutting wood. If you guys can't figure out how to cut wood, something's wrong. Okay, so I need to get a measurement here. Yeah, gonna be right there. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. CA's marvelous stuff. If I'd have had it back when, I could have really built. And the other side doesn't matter. This is the hardest side right here. Engineering this so that doesn't interfere with the lead out. Okay. That'll do it right there. So shoot. I got that in crooked. I got her in crooked. There it is. Okay. All right, this block will work. It doesn't have a whole lot for the torsion arm, but this gets glued to this and the hole gets drilled down through there. And the lead out just misses it. On the other side, we're not too worried about it. Other side's the easy side. So now I need a piece of plywood to go from right here all the way to the leading edge, light ply. So, got to figure that step out. Not quite enough. Like 16th too shy. Ah. There we go. Now this is light ply that seems pretty dense, seems pretty heavy. So we're going to drill a big hole in it, lighten it up, but I got to cut it first here. Just a smidge too wide. Let me sand it a little bit. Just sand over it a little bit. Yeah, not quite. Take that line off. You're awake. That's good, Jonathan. Still too much. Come on now. $16. Put a pen line on it and sand it off. Come on. Forget it eventually. One more time. Tired of monkeying with it. Grind the piss out of it. I could have used it the other way. Well, whatever. We'll do it like that. It'll be fine. Let's see. And that's going to raise it up another 1/8 of an inch. It'll be fine. Let me cut this and sand it. Come on. I got to stop and get some pens today. Yep, sandpaper's stronger than wood. You bet. You also need to remember we got a whole lot of taking off tools and not a whole lot of stretching tools. Get the board stretcher out. There's a pencil. Let me use this pencil instead. Oh, it's sharp. Pen doesn't seem to want to. Nice crisp line on it. There it is. Let's see. When I get this finished off, relief will be lifted. You see that? I sharpened the pencil, the lead fell out. Junk pencils, Chinese pencils. Here's a different pencil. I'm trying to sharpen it. My X-Acto pencil sharpener. It can't be the sharpener. You bitch. Let's just sand that off instead of trying to cut it. Just sand her off. I love that sander Santa Claus brought me. That's the first time since I've had Santa Claus since I was a kid. We need to straighten that up a little bit. A little more angle. Angle of the dangle. Hope they won't screw this up. That's it right there. Looks to be that the problem is going to be because I'm doing it this way. I'm going to have to move these ribs back because part of the plate's going to have to sit on that side of the, because the center of the hole going down is going to be right here. Right on the edge. I have to think about this for a minute. Okay. I need to mark this block area, which goes right there. I see. It's going to go right there. Let me get this out of the way. It won't matter once this. It goes right here. Right there. Gonna have to think about this some more. I think maybe I have to cut that edge off there. Then I have to recut a new one of these. I think I'm gonna have to cut this ledge off here so that it's flush with the beam. Anybody says this ain't going to work, I have never had landing gear come out. Never. Never have I had a wing fold. Never. You got to think about this. I mean, there's always a first time, but we're not going to have much in the way there, so I might have to take those ribs out too. I know I'm going to have to take them out because they need to be cut back so I can have the door. Now, where's my block of wood that I just lost? There it is. So now this will go right there. And it needs to get shortened up just a smidge. You know what? I'm going to cut a new piece. We'll cut a new piece. Got to work through all the problems. We'll use the pencil instead of this pen. This pen is shit. Does this stuff have to be absolutely perfectly square? No, not really. But it sure is nice when everything is square and glued tight. And yeah, it's not good. Crappy weather here. Okay, we got a new block. I like this one better. So this will get epoxied right there. Yep, still a little long. Shit. Needs to be a smidge shorter. How much shorter? 1/8 inch. Eighth of an inch. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. There we go. So now we need to mark this exactly where it goes and get it glued on. It'll be fine. You prick. Okay. Come on. Okay. Now, stupid thing. I suppose I could tack it in with some CA. That's not my block anyway. Not the one I want. This one. There it is. Don't have enough hands. Fingers ain't long enough, so I'll just grab it right there. Okay, let's see what happens. So this gets glued right there. I hate to CA it to that. Well, gonna have to mix up some epoxy and wait for it to dry. Mix up the epoxy. We got 9 watchers. Yeah, gotta open up some more popsicle sticks. Out of sticks. There we go. I go through these like they're nothing. Like nothing. Okay, so need a mixer, AMA book. Well, I sure wish Bob Hunt was in charge of that still. Or Model Airplane News, or there was three magazines in the day. What the hell were they? Model Aviation, Model Airplane News, and I think Modern Air Trails. I can't remember what it was. So we've got our block location here. We're going to use epoxy to glue this piece on. And some of the things I do take some time, but there's just no other way to do it that I know of. So we got this right here. Come on now. Now I'm not gluing this piece in. I'm just holding it there to make sure we got it at the right angle. And that it's up against the spar. Yep, that's key rec. So we'll let that dry. You notice this is at an angle this way, leaning forward, because this is tilted up. This is tilted up, and the spar is vertical. But it has to be in the right location. So that's where our tang is going to go through. It's really not long enough, but you only have to do this Mickey Mouse stuff on the inboard wing because of the lead outs. On the outboard wing, you can have a long one. Now, if you think about it, because you're standing up, the lines are going down like this. The first wheel to touch, flying models, right? The first wing to touch is the outboard wheel. So it's the one that takes most of the brunt of the impact if you crash into the ground. So you can have that torsion box long on the outboard side. Plus, you need outboard wingtip weight anyway. We are going to take my hole saw. And we're going to drill a big hole in it. Try to lighten it up. So, as that glue dries, we'll drill this big hole in it. It'd almost go bigger, or two of them maybe. Nope, I better just do one. This is awful heavy though. God. Light ply that's awful heavy. Are we zoomed in? No, we're just up close. See, I'll drill a hole in the center of this side right here, right there. Take some of the weight out of it. I probably could take the grinder and grind some more weight out of it. Let me think about this. How could I get this the lightest possible way? Because this particular hole leaves a lot of material. So if I were to give a 1/2 inch here, I know we'll use this motor mount right here. Why would I want to use all this good wood and not get the most out of it that I can? So I got to have some, I have to have some area here for the landing gear to sit on. I don't know if it's worth all this. Now, if I cut these two squares out here, this one and this one, is it any more surface area than this one big hole? Yeah, maybe so. Maybe a little more. So I guess that's what we're going to do. Just dry. Yep. Okay, let's see if this fits now. Yeah, we'll just drill a hole. Make it quick. Make it quick. Oh, this is going to be difficult. There it is. There it is. There it is. That's exactly how it fits in there, like so. We're going to need a pad. And that hole is right there, so we're going to need at least a 1/4 inch, so it's going to have to go over on that. I am going to have to replace them ribs or cut them back somehow. We can put a stick across this way. We can do that. I guess the first thing to do would be to cut this hole and get these landing gears. This hole drilled, that hole drilled, and get the sticks in there for the pad. Going to come up an 1/8. It's going to come up 3/16 of an inch because you got an 1/8, a 3/16. Oh yeah, we got enough. We got a 1/4. We got 5/16 on the outboard side, so that's good. We'll have an 1/8 of an inch door. Fine. I've been on an hour already. Yeah, my other Vipers, I got this one big hole in it. I don't think it'd be lighter than the one big hole. This is a pretty good chunk of material out of it. I could drill a couple more holes there, maybe. One big one and a couple of small ones. But I need to figure out what I want to do for this part right here. This is tough. So what I need, 1/8" stick. Might use a 3/16. You're gonna have to have one going across there and one going across there. 3/8 is not enough. Half-inch back. It's got to get cut off right there, so it needs to be sticking back. So let's add some more sticks in there. We need to, of course I can't do that. Of course I can't. Well, let me, there we go. We got a piece of 8 right here. Here it is. Stun hanger badge. Where? On stun hanger? No, that's a different. Your name is in green here on YouTube. If you rejoin what you did, that's on YouTube. But on stun hanger on the forum, that's to support the forum. This supports YouTube. The other badge supports the forum. So you gotta put something in over there. I know, convoluted, but of course, I'll give you a badge over there. It don't matter. Wayne Rice. It don't matter. I got the biggest super chat from you ever got, so it don't hurt me. Members, search for members. Rice. Okay. Wayne Rice. You're a 24 supporter over there. You're already a 24 supporter on the forum, so. I know what I could do. I could put a stick like this underneath there. That'll work. Let's cut it 1/2 inch wide. That way I could take them ribs out and not worry. And not even worry. You're already a supporter over there. I know who donates, and I update the badges. And if I miss, let me know. But I know John Sukulak. Now you're a I know that I updated your badge. Members, search for members. SUK. SKU. SKU. Okay. SKUK. ALEK. ALEK. Enter. You're already at 24 supporter over there, John. I try to stay on top of things. I miss sometimes, but I'm pretty good about it. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Okay. Yeah, but just one piece would be enough. Okay. So we want this to be slightly longer than this. Now each rendition of doing this is a little different each time. So we will glue this to here. And that'll hold those ribs in place. Like that. Perfect. 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 You know, I've been thinking about doing how I was going to do this because of the way the spar set the last couple of days, and I guess I really can't figure it out until I start doing it. Okay, that's that. I have to get the kicker out. It feels like. See ya, John. Yeah. Yo, that's hot. Shit. Where's my other stuff? Need to force that other shit down in there. It'll be fine. Okay, so I need to cut these ribs back to here. And that's off the spar, which is fine. Let's see. How's that going to work? Yeah. Cut these ribs back to here. They get broke out. There we go. A little more CA on that. That lowered it down so damn much. Yeah. Gonna have to replace that rib. This one's okay. This one's not. Okay. And I could raise it up, but we'll just replace it. Okay. Use this one maybe. Yeah. Use that one. It's just a holder, so we don't have to really worry about that. Yeah, it could have been better. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Where's my ruler? Yep, that's okay. Yeah, it'll be fine. Okay, where'd that stick go? I need to cut another one of these. I'll just leave that one there. Where's that piece of wood? There we go. Modeling being done. I'll cut this at 3/8. We'll finger it out here. You know, in all actuality, that should be a 1/4 inch instead of a 1/4 would put that over here. 1/8 of an inch is not quite enough for the covering to adhere to. Make it a 1/4. Make her a 1/4. Make it 3/16 because I got a big piece of that, so we'll use that. Yay! Hopefully that's enough. Hopefully I didn't cut it short. And I did. Crap. Okay. I'll make it a 1/2 inch and that'll be plenty. That's 1/4. I just had the damn 3/16 in my hand. What happened to it? Well, it is 1/4. Okay. Put it on 3/16. That's 1/4. See? That's 3/16 right there. Okay, we got it. Nice and hard wood. We got it. This is wood I would use for a crutch, so it'll be fine. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So we want that to be straight. We want this to be straight. You wouldn't think there'd be this much work to landing gear, but jeez. Might be taking 3 hours to get this in here. Kind of like whatever it takes is what it takes. And there's a split in this piece. What the heck's going on? Cut it off this end. We don't want to use the split piece. Let's see here. Okay. I think I'm going to glue the top piece on right to the inside of this over the top of that. So that'll lock that in. That'll lock that in. Everything interlocking. Got to think about that. Got to get this turd out of here. There we go. Get the turd out. That looks pretty good. So we're going to check to make sure this is. Oh yeah, that'll be good. I'm going to have to resand this wing with the long bar, but it'll be close. There we are. There it is. Okay, we got that part. Now, we need to get this out of here somehow. Drill a hole and a couple of holes and so now the most important thing is these blocks. How am I going to do that? So the door is right here. So you got to have this piece on it, and I've opted for 3/16 instead of 1/8, which on other wings I do is in 1/8, but this one we pretty rough. That cut is pretty rough, but at least on the other side I'll know what I'm doing. I mean, it'll look fine when it's done, but pretty rough right now. Pretty rough. Here, let me drill a hole. Couple holes. So we want a hole right here. Oh, this is too big. That's a good thing I caught myself. That'd be a loose landing gear. And we got to drill our holes for blind nuts before we get too crazy. So we want a pilot hole right here. Want a landing gear hole right here. Pretty good. Come right on the center. That's a long ass wire. I think I can cut that, sand that down a little bit. We don't need that much wire. Sand her down just a little bit. About 1/8 of an inch off of it. Okay, so now I need the big hole. Got my Sparky the Human drill press going here. These Harbor Freight hole saws ain't worth a shit. Yeah. That made it a lot lighter. Alrighty, I think I got a landing gear bent up that I can use to space this with. So what we need is the end mill to round that over before we even get started. That's something new I've never done, but we'll do it on this one. End mill, where are you? Of course I don't see it. It's not in here. Oh, here it is. Okay, that's that part. Now, do I have a landing gear that's bent? I know I do. Yep, I do. Right here. Let's see, it's this one, so it's correct. This one. Yeah. Damn thing is, need to drill it out some more. There it is. Okay, so we need it to be parallel with that. I think I'll glue this on here first. No, I won't glue it because it will give me a problem later. So we need a couple pieces of light ply. Three-quarter wide. If I had basswood, I'd use basswood, but I don't have it. So we use three-quarter light ply. I'll cut a piece. That's aircraft ply. That's aircraft, that's light. Let me go over in the box and look, see if I got any more light ply. Wait a minute. Thought I bought it and left it over here. Not here. Not there. I'm gonna have to get some more supplies. Of course, I don't know how many more airplanes I'm gonna build this year. Gas engine, huh? Here we go. Yep, I got plenty. One small sheet, 12-inch by 6, is $3 of light ply, and it ain't light. And it ain't light. I'm not gonna make that mistake I did on the other one. I'm gonna put the that's a problem. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Just make it as close as I can. Make it as close as you can. Okay, so this gets glued to this. Like so. So what I need to do is epoxy that. I don't want to CA it. I know what I can do. Yep, I know what I could do to do this. Go right through there. Yep. Got to think things through is all. Okay, epoxy. We got 18 watchers. No super chats. Come on, guys. Buy my lunch. I put a lot of effort into this for you. And not the same guys. If you've never donated, that's who I need to see. I know it's the end of the month and us old people ain't got no money. The way it goes. We didn't do very good beginning of this month. I'm like $200 down. There it is. Okay, let me get some clamps. There's planes with retractable landing gear. Too much rigmarole. Bob Hunt, He's got airplanes with the landing gear retract. This is already more than I want to do. Get a little glue off there. Wipe the glue off. See, even that little squeeze out right there, wipe it off. There's no need to carry around squeeze out. Already adding considerable weight to this stupid thing with these floors and gear and all that shit. Landing gear weigh 3 ounces, period. Wheels, platforms, wire. That's what they end up weighing. As soon as this dries, we'll sand the edges. Drill a couple of holes for the bolts. Get it glued in, and we'll be done with this door. Good. This took considerable engineering on my part. Considerable. I think we're going to put full ribs from the platform to the skin on the front instead of just strip ribs. That'll help a little more too. Let me get a drink of water. Yeah, but you got to think about this with the retractable. I had water out already. Darn. You got to think about this with retractable landing gear. What happens when they don't deploy? Skin up your airplane on the pavement. You know, as a kid, I didn't worry about that. Who cares? But I care about that now. Yep, it's still wet. Still wet. I think I just put 2 on the outside and forget it. Because it only holds the door on. Okay. Boom, boom. Like that. Yep. That's what we're going to do. 2 screws. 1 on each end. close to the pivot. Yep. Close to the center. Okay, I need to sand. Not quite dry. Need to sand the edges here. Roy Lane, thank you, Roy. New member. Finally, we got guys joining in. Let's present that. We got a new member. Yeah, I got to sand that off. Glue just ain't dry yet. I'm rushing it. I don't want to disturb the glue. That's basically what holds the landing gear in is them two sticks. We just welcome a new member, Roy Lane. If you're not a member, please consider joining and becoming a paid subscriber. I don't make a lot of money at this. I spend a lot of money making this content. And I don't have a lot of money because I ain't working. Probably won't work till March when the season starts again. I got a place that's going to hire me. There we go, Gary Sinclair. Thank you, Gary. I got a place that's going to hire me doing RVs, but right now they're not doing many RVs. It's crappy weather. There's not many people RVing. I don't want to go back to work as a motorcycle mechanic or a fabricator in a steel shop. Just too hard. I'm too old for rolling around on the floor humping steel. Motorcycles, I'm done with because I don't want to get hurt or killed. Let me sand this off real quick. Okay, now we got to glue this in. I guess I could put in the, well, I'll drill the holes out here first. Let me make the second piece that gets glued over there first. I screwed up. It's close. It'll be fine. We could have angled this back probably a 32nd of an inch more, but we're not building watches, so 32nd of an inch would be all right. Let's see how much it is really. We got on this end, we got 5/8. It's what it is too. About a 64th or 30th. It'd be fine. 64th of an inch. But my eye sees that. It's a 64th out. So I need a piece that's half inch. I need to cut a piece half inch. And the easiest way to measure half inch, because I cut that on a table saw, I cut my own beams on a table saw, is this motor mount. So do this. Oh, shoot. That probably will work. That probably will work. Close. Have to sand it. Sando. Gordy, are you learning anything? That's it right there. That's it. We're gonna have to do 2 holes in the front, but that's okay because it just holds the door on. The only thing that holds the landing gear on is that block on the spar. So we want to, this will go all the way out to here. We want to have the hole right there. Normally I stagger them, but on this one I can't because of the beam. So we'll have the hole right there and right there. It's, just think I got to do this all over again on the other side. 2 hours to do this so far. It'll be a 4-hour project. So landing gear, pop out of there. Make that just a smidge looser. A little too tight. Is there a burr on this? There's a burr on. Let's buzz just barely whisk it up the sander. Thank you, Santa Claus. It'll be fine. Let's see here. So we want to drill these holes. We're going to have to do it a bit farther out. There. Move over. Okay. No big deal. Okay, that's one. That's two. Now, two blind nuts. Then we can glue this in. Yeah, it's a good idea that I drilled them first while it was out of the airplane. I didn't end up breaking something, I'm sure. One, two. Need a couple washers. Washers. Two. I have to replenish my micro fasteners too. I'm running low on 440 stuff. I only got 50 of them, maybe. 50. Need them 3/4. They'll have. Okay. Back in. I need to. These boxes are shit. Even though they're Snap-on, they're crappy. Snap-on, what were you thinking? Get this glued in, and I could try the lead outs, make sure they clear. I think I got it figured out. I think. Like I say, the other side is not quite as critical because you don't have any lead outs passing through there. It'll rub on the blocks, and you do not want anything touching your control surfaces. Meaning, that's 5/64. Nothing touching the horns, nothing touching the wires, nothing touching the push rod, nothing touching the flaps. That you can feel that all the way in the handle. And if you can feel it, it ain't no good. Okay, we got this done. This out. We're gonna be ready to glue this in here shortly. Once I do that, I'm committed. Drop it right there. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay, here's another place that you want apple glue, because this is what holds your airplane from hitting the deck. Okay. I put them blind nuts in. Always put epoxy over the top of the blind nuts. Just screw the screw until they're flush and smear epoxy over the top of the, otherwise you'll have a dinker. Capture that blind nut. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Kinda. Yeah, this is gonna be difficult. Gonna be difficult to get in there without smoothing glue everywhere. Yeah, we did it though. We did it. Now, yeah, I'll just add glue. I will add glue later. Yeah, I'm afraid if I put that in there, I won't be able to get the landing gear in. So I better do it after it dries. There we go. That ain't it. That ain't it. Close. I'll wait. We will wait on this piece until this glue's dry so I can get it right. Here's a time where I'll allow you to have some squeeze out. But even at this, we're going to wipe it off some. We need a stick. It's a rib. I don't want to use that one. We could use this rib. Oh, we'll use this piece here. Setting up, that's good. That is good. Yep, she's setting up. What happened to my stick? There it is. Don't want to lose that. I already got it fit. I don't want to make another one. Wipe this off. Leaves don't have any run up on this side. Good. Not quite dry. Come on now. Don't kick off on me yet. Yeah, give it a minute or two and it should be dry. That's great, John. How many feet do you buy? Do you buy 30 foot? That's 5 airplanes or 6 airplanes. Does it look exactly like this? I hope so. See, there's not a knot in it, and the grain is like ocean. It's or water ripples. It's not really grain like grain. There we go. We're in good shape. I think I'm gonna cut out all this stuff here I used to hold this up, at least grind away some of it. Okay, let's see what happens here. Needs a little bit off of it. 2 13-foot. Okay, good. How much was it for 26 feet? The big box stores don't have that stuff. Lowe's, I doubt Menards has it even. But they might. There we go. There it is. We need to epoxy that in. $33. Well, that's more expensive than around here. But you got it, so you can build 4 airplanes out of that. For light airplanes. Okay, so now I want to mix up some more epoxy and glue that piece in. We don't need much. We don't need much. Keep it away from this edge here. I want to glue the landing gear in. We can wick some CA in under it when get the landing gear out. So we will hit it with CA. There we go. Hit it with CA. Now, my 1/2 inch piece, where did it get off to? There it is. I'm not going to make the door on this stream. I'm getting tired. I think I'll take a break. This has been one of the hardest engineered landing gear platforms I've made. All because of spar location. You know, wanting to try new things, and you don't quite realize the ramifications of stuff until you do it. So we got Jim 8. Wick CA down in the no. There it is. Now we want to cut these. But I need some more 36 grit. Didn't know how I was going to do this, but got her done. Uh-oh. Did I move that? No. Good. Good. I didn't screw up. Yeah, I think that was 69 cents a foot where I bought it. And I'm going to go over and buy some more. Probably could go tomorrow. And once you guys find it, you need to buy enough to keep you supplied for a few airplanes. And I'll tell you why. They don't last in plaster houses anymore. So there's not, once that's gone, it's going to be gone. Got a long ways to go. And I believe that wood comes from old growth because the pieces are where I went are 30-foot long and they have 0 knots in them. Clear. I mean, I don't mean 1 or 2 knots. I mean 0. Okay. Okay, so we need some sticks to lay on there for the ribs. Are these going to be tall enough? Yes. These are 3/16, so we don't want that. We want 1/8. So I need a piece of 1/8. There's a piece of 1/8. Angle this back. Angle the dangle. Cut this off. Where's my knife? Cut a little bigger. Yeah, we use this one over here. Like that. That's better. It's more like it. Shit, it could get moved over. Damn, glued it in the wrong spot. There. Too long. Goes right there. Shit. Well, one whip of the sandpaper and it's too short. Try again. Okay, let's do this. Make sure we get it in the right spot. Pencil, ruler. What the hell's going on outside? Okay. Goes around that side and that side. That worked good, so let's do it again. There. Man, it just kills me. I got to put all this little sticks and stuff in this thing on this light airplane. We're adding, I bet this added an ounce. It was 14.1. We'll weigh it up, see what this rigmarole weighs. Got to be a better way. I mean, I could do it the old way, but then they wouldn't be removable. I don't want to do that. Old way is the lightest way with the J bolts, but I'm gonna need a new nozzle here. Damn nozzles ain't worth a shit. I know, I need to buy some of that Teflon tubing. I don't even think the Shapers carries it anymore. Yeah. Well, you guys get the drift. Now it's just a matter of sanding this down with shape of the airfoil, making the door and sanding it down. Is this the strongest? No, but it's adequate. It'll be fine. Let's see how much weight it added. I gotta sand that rib too. I added that rib in there and sand that shit out of there. Let's see how much I added. Let me cry. I don't feel bad. Let's see. What the hell are we hanging up on? Let's see, is it clear? Yep. Looks like I got some epoxy on the lead out there. Get the boogie off. Yep, it'll be fine. Hey Marcel, let's see what it weighs. That was 14.1 plus. Yep, added an ounce. Well, everything I've done, added an ounce. That's 2. It's gonna be 3 ounces, a little bit more than 3 ounces for landing gear on this. That's the way it goes. Gotta have landing gear. So the weight that I'm looking for when this thing's all done, all the woodwork is done, before I cover it, I'm looking for around 23 ounces. That's really pushing it. It's not as easy to do when it's not glued to the bench. There it is. It came in. Almost. Okay. That came in, that came in, that came in. A little up right there. So need to get that. Pretty close. Pretty close. Landing gear doors. There you go. Removable gear on a beam wing. They're not the right gear. They got to come over more, but you get the drift. No, it won't be 19. If we're at 23 or 24, 23 or 24 will give me a finish that I can live with, 48 to 52. We're already at 15, so it'll be 16 when I get the other gear in it. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, yeah, about 24, 23, 24. This is still too high right here. I need to keep sanding. Keep sanding. Let me get my straight edge. I think it's time for me to take Chris to the store. What I hear. You know what? Oh yeah, it is high. It is way high. Keep sanding. I replaced this rib and jockeyed with these ribs and added all this shit. So let me see what she's doing. You down there? Steve come? You want to go to the store or what?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Well, you can take your time because I'm still streaming, but I'm almost done. Alrighty. It's shopping time. That looks better. It don't take much when you're using 80 grit. A little bit more. A lot of punk wood anyway. Yeah, crap. Now, because I can't put a blind nut on the other side of that door, this door will have a hex head wood screw right there in the middle between these two screws. And it's only to hold the door on, but I just, I want to make sure that it's not coming off. Because there's no way to put a blind nut inside the spar. But 1/2 inch hex head wood screw, it'd be fine. As long as I miss the spar. Of course, I don't know. Maybe don't even need it. And normally I stagger these. One goes on this side, one goes on this side. It's only to hold the door on. This will probably work just fine. Because let me see how the torsion works. The torsion on this thing, when this thing hits the ground, goes back. It'll be fine just as is. I don't need to add that screw. Overkill. So we need to look at this. Yep. That's high right there. That'd be high right there. Perfect. We're in there. Perfect. Hope you guys got something out of this one. Because I put a lot of work in it. It's 2 hours and 43 minutes to do one stupid landing gear. But the other side will go faster because I don't have to engineer it to miss the lead outs. So I should be able to, round that up fairly quickly. How many new people we got on here? I mean, have you guys seen that interview I did for Hobby Show TV? I'll play that at the end if you want. You want to see that interview? Put a 1 in the chat there. If you don't, that's fine. Okay. I'm sure you saw it. I'll play it. Let me see here. Where's my mouse? Haven't gone anywhere. There it is. Alrighty, interview with Hobby Show TV. I'll see you later on this afternoon. Stay tuned for the Hobby Show TV. Let's see here. Thank you very much for interviewing me here. And yes, I am the kind of the overseer of Stunhanger, but it actually belongs to all the modeling. I've been doing control line about 50 years. I started at a very young age, and my father was a good provider for me. He opened a hobby shop so that I could pursue my hobby, and basically this is what's come of it. So he flew in 1948, and he got a second place at the Canadian Nationals. We have 4,500 members, and it's basically all worldwide, and that's why you folks down in, I guess, Argentina are viewing Stunhanger. And it started 11 years ago, and it's been a real success. When I was younger, I built, at the hobby shop, probably 3 a month, and now I'm down to about 6 a year, so about 1 every 2 months. This airplane was built 40 days, so I don't know. I'd say it's close to 500. Well, I love control line in total. I'm not real sure on the longevity of control line because it's very hard to get younger people involved in the hobby. I'm looking that I should be able to build for the rest of my life, another 20 years anyway. Well, there's been a lot of innovations with the electrics and things that have come about. So the future control line is basically in the younger generation's hands, and now with the computer generation, and electrics, I foresee it lasting, a while longer. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share on my YouTube channel at Stunhanger at YouTube, and you can also go to www.stunhanger.com and register, and you'll join our control line family. So till we see you again. Fair winds, tight lines. See ya.